My father passed away 2 months ago. It was sudden, a heart attack. He was a quiet man, a history professor who kept to himself. After the funeral, my mom asked me to help clear out his old study. It was a room I'd never been allowed in. Dad always kept it locked, and the one time I tried to pick the lock as a kid, the look he gave me, it was a look of pure terror. It was enough to keep me out for good. The room was exactly what you'd expect from a history buff. Dusty books, antique maps, and a faint smell of old paper and pipe tobacco. But in the center of the room, on his large oak desk, was something that didn't belong. It was a small, ornate wooden box, intricately carved with symbols I didn't recognize. There was no visible lock, no seam, no hinge. It was just a solid, sealed cube. Curiosity got the better of me. I spent hours trying to open it, prying at it, shaking it, but nothing worked. Finally, in frustration, I threw it against the wall. It hit the stone fireplace with a loud crack. A thin fracture appeared along one of the carved lines. I worked my fingernails into the crack and pried it open. Inside, there was nothing but a single withered black feather. Disappointed, I tossed the feather onto the desk and started packing books. That night, the nightmares began. I dreamt I was in a vast, empty forest. The trees were skeletal, their branches like bony fingers scratching at a bruised, purple sky. And I could hear something. A sound like nails scraping against wood, getting closer and closer. I'd wake up in a cold sweat, my heart pounding, the scraping sound still echoing in my ears. A few days later, I was home alone, watching TV. I heard a noise from the kitchen, a soft scratching. I muted the TV and listened. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It was coming from the kitchen door. I told myself it was just a branch brushing against the house, but we don't have any trees near the kitchen. I grabbed a heavy flashlight and slowly walked towards the sound. As I got closer, I saw it. Long, thin scratch marks were appearing on the outside of the door, one by one, as if something was slowly dragging its claws down the wood. I froze, too scared to even breathe. Then it stopped. The silence was somehow worse. Things escalated from there. I'd see a tall, slender shadow flicker in the corner of my eye. I'd hear whispers in empty rooms, words in a language I couldn't understand, but the malice behind them was crystal clear. One evening, I came home to find every single book in my apartment thrown to the floor, their pages ripped out and scattered like confetti. And in the middle of the chaos, on the living room wall, a single black feather was stuck to the paint. Desperate, I went back to my dad's study. I tore the place apart, searching for any clue, anything that could explain this. Tucked away in a secret compartment in his desk drawer, I found his journal. The last few entries were frantic, almost illegible. He wrote about the box, about how he'd found it on an archaeological dig in a place he refused to name. He called it a prison. He wrote that opening it was a mistake, that he'd unleashed something ancient and hungry, something that fed on fear. The last entry was dated the day before he died. It read, "It knows I'm getting weaker." It whispers my name from the other side of the door. I've kept it trapped in my study, but I don't know for how much longer. It wants out. It wants to be free. And it knows I have a son. I dropped the journal. My blood ran cold. The scratching sound I'd heard at my kitchen door. It wasn't something trying to get in. It was the same sound I'd heard in my nightmares. The sound from the study. Dad hadn't managed to keep it trapped. He'd passed it on to me. Now, I never sleep in silence. I have the TV on, music playing, anything to drown out the noises. But sometimes, in the dead of night, I can still hear it. A soft scratching at my bedroom door. It's patient. It knows it has all the time in the world, and it's getting bolder. Last night, I heard a new sound mixed with the scratching. A whisper. And this time, I understood the word. It was my name. I don't know what it is or what it wants, but I know one thing for sure. It's here and it's waiting. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've had any similar experiences, please share them in the comments below. Stay safe and don't forget to subscribe for more.